Hello friends, myself Professor Bhavina Pandya, working as a lecturer in BVPIT Umrak, Bardoli. Today we will learn about groundwater. In WRM subject, groundwater may be defined as the underground water that occurs in the saturated zone of variable thickness and depth. The largest available source of fresh water lies underground. The total groundwater potential is estimated to be one-third of the capacity of oceans. The study of subsurface flow is important since about 30% of the world's freshwater resources exist in the form of groundwater. Sources of groundwater: springs, carriers, open well, infiltration galleries, and tube wells. Types of springs: artesian spring, fault spring, valley spring, stratum spring. This is infiltration galleries. An infiltration gallery is a horizontal conduit having permeable boundaries so that groundwater can infiltrate into the same. It is generally provided in highly permeable aquifers with high water table so that adequate head is available for gravity flow of groundwater into the galleries. A carriage is an underground tunnel driven into the hillside to tap water from the underground spring. The tunnel has certain bed inclination. Such channels are in use in Balochistan and West Pakistan. Importance of groundwater. The quantity of groundwater is huge, but it is gradually decreases. Evaporation loss from groundwater is less. If properly planned, the life of groundwater is indefinite. Groundwater is an important phase of hydrological cycle. The distribution of groundwater and its availability is not uniform. Groundwater is relatively free from pollution and therefore very important for domestic and industrial use. The rate of which groundwater is being recharged is less than the extract rate. Occurrence of groundwater. Precipitation divided by 2, groundwater 50% and surface runoff 50%. Then surface runoff divided in total surface runoff 40% evaporation, 20% in lake or river. Groundwater divided in 3 parts: evaporation 30%, storage in groundwater 10%, and base flow 10%. Use of groundwater: agricultural use, domestic use, industrial use, air conditioning or cooling plant, to get water through borewell in villages, to get good quality of water. Limitation of use of groundwater. There are some limitations. Groundwater most important, but there are some limitations. The discharge capacity of groundwater is low. The cost of irrigation of groundwater is high. Very limited area can be irrigated by groundwater. Maintenance cost of well is more. The life of well decreases with time. Cost of electricity is more. Due to lack of recharge, the quantity of groundwater gradually decreases. Groundwater contains more minerals, matters, and gas as compared to surface water. Zone of groundwater. There are two zones: zone of aeration and zone of saturation. You can see the figure. The yellow part is zone of aeration and the sky part is zone of saturation. The zone of aeration lies between the ground surface and the water table. There are three parts in zone of aeration: soil water zone, intermediate zone, and capillary zone. The zone of this zone, the zone of saturation, this zone is lying below the zone of aeration. In this zone, the soil is saturated. This zone is also called the groundwater zone. The zone of saturation is important to hydrologists. Now some most important definitions. This is the terminology for groundwater. First of aquifer. An aquifer may be defined a geological formation that contains sufficient permeable materials which permits storage as well as movement of water through it under ordinary field situation. For example, sands and gravel. Second is aquiclude. Aquiclude is and may be defined as a geological formation of relatively impermeable material which permits storage of water, but it is not capable of transmitting water in sufficient quantity. For example, clay. Third one is aquifers. An aquifers may be defined as a geological formation of relatively impermeable material which neither contains nor transmits water. Aquitard, a geological formation that has poor permeability but through which seepage is possible. Porosity. Porosity of soil or a rock may be defined as the ratio of the volume voids to the total volume of material. Theta is equal to V upon V in 200%. You can see the figure. Specific yield. Specific yield of a soil or rock is the ratio of the volume of water that after saturation can be drained by gravity to its own volume. Specific yield is equal to W upon V into 100. Specific retention. Specific retention of a soil or rock is the ratio of the volume or water it will retain after saturation against the force of gravity to its own volume. SR is equal to WR upon V into 100%. Coefficient of permeability. Different type of soil, different coefficient of permeability you can see in the figure. Coefficient of transmissibility. T is equal to B into K, where B is thickness of the aquifer, T is transmissibility, K is coefficient of permeability, meter per day. Water table. Water table is the surface of water level in unconfined aquifer at which the pressure is atmospheric. Now types of aquifer, most important topic. There are three type of aquifer. First, unconfined aquifer or water table aquifer or free aquifer or phreatic aquifer, non-artesian aquifer. The second one is confined aquifer or artesian aquifer. Third is perched aquifer. You can see the figure. There are perched aquifer like some limited area type, like some dishes show the dish. This is perched aquifer. Difference between confined aquifer and unconfined aquifer. In confined aquifer, water is stored below impermeable layer at pressure higher than the atmospheric pressure. In unconfined aquifer, water is stored in the top pervious layer. Second, it is also called artesian aquifer. Confined aquifer also called artesian aquifer. Unconfined aquifer also called water table aquifer, free aquifer or phreatic aquifer. Confined aquifer, water rises in the well up to piezometric head. In unconfined aquifer, water rises in the well up to water table, the surrounding soil.